Shalom to everybody. I hope you're all having a good evening. I wanted to come on and say that there was a video that I posted a day or two ago in regards to the upcoming Antichrist. And I pulled the video down because the more I thought about it after the fact of me actually posting the material, I realized that I wasn't ready to post that material, that I essentially rushed myself into doing it, and I put pressure onto myself, and it was not the right time. I didn't have all the notes and material that I needed to present the information in the way that I was most comfortable in doing so. However, for those of you who did manage to see the video, I stand by everything that I did say in the video. That has not changed. What is going to change with a future video that is going to be put out is the way it is presented in a more professional and just, it's going to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Organized, instead of just being rushed and me trying, to just get the information out there, because it was the wrong way to do it. I just kept seeing so many people posting false information out there that it was frustrating me, and I figured, without even thinking, that I needed to go ahead and get this information out there to counter the effect that these other people were posting information about the biblical Antichrist. And what I will say is, to this day, there is so much wrong information about where the actual biblical Antichrist is going to come from. And there is so much involved in trying to explain this. There is so much history that has to be drug into it to bring it up to where you will be able to understand this. It would be trying to essentially say, yeah, we had the United States American Revolution, a lot of people died, the United States won over England, and that's that. Okay, where's the substance? Where's the context? How did it happen? Why did it happen? What were the causes from the background that resulted from it? People could sit here and say, we had the American Civil War. We had the North versus the South. Part of it was due from slavery, but what were the other parts that had to do with it? So forth and so on. It has to be drummed up. Just like with Germany in the 1930s and 40s, what led up to the sacrifice of burning bodies, the Holocaust, which that is what Holocaust actually means. What led up to that? What were the events politically that led up to the Holocaust? And that is what I want to try to present to you in a full disclosure, open package of what is bringing about the Islamic Antichrist. I don't know exactly when the full spectrum, when the full explanation is going to take place. It is not going to take place over one or two videos. I can promise you that. This could take place over you know, probably 14 to 21 different videos, an hour each at best. It is a lot of historical information that has to lead up into this. This is not something that is going to be quite that simple. And it's not something taught in Western churches, or assemblies. You know, the whole thing, I know a lot of people are going to want to watch this to want to get into the meat and potatoes of, the Antichrist and where it's going to come from off the get-go. They want the instant payoff without, the study to actually get there. I could use another analogy, but I'm going to behave myself. It's one of those things where, okay, you get your wife pregnant. 9 months later, she pops out a child. But what are the biological changes that she goes through that helps for her to grow that child? That is the kind of information that I want to try to get into. I'm not going to be able to get into everything, believe you me, because I don't have access to all the historical documentation. I am going off of a variety of resources in order to do this. Now, in order for me to get all of the information put together, could take 6 months to a year. Right now, what everybody saw was about 6 to 8 weeks of research data just kind of thrown together. I wish it could be something sooner that would be thrown together, but this was just me throwing this out the way I threw it out there was just done in just very poorly. It was at a standard that I just absolutely just no. So, oh boy, I'm having a hard time wanting to do this. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to give all of you a taste test. So we all know that the Antichrist, or the Mystery Babylon, sits on 7 mountains. And we all know that those mountains represent 7 kingdoms. And I'm going to cover this again in the future videos, but I know some of you are, wanting an itch that desperately needs to be scratched, and, I'm going to go ahead and help scratch that itch, just to help you through that misery. Okay. People say that Rome sits on 7 empires, 7 mountains, which it does, but mountains in the Bible it's another biblical allegory which represents kings. And what are kings in charge of? Kingdoms. So, you have 7 hills, or 7 mountains, one that is and one that is not yet to come. And then you have an 8th. Okay? The 5 that have fallen at the time that John wrote Revelation: Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medo-Persia, and Greece. Those are the ones 5 have fallen. Then you have Rome, which was at the time of John writing the book of Revelation, one that is still to come. And then you have one that is and is not and is yet to come, the eighth. But we're going to only cover the first seven, and I think once we cover the first seven, after the seventh, you'll be able to put the puzzle pieces together for the eighth. So, we have the Egyptian Empire, the Assyrian Empire, the Babylonian Empire, Medo-Persia, and the Grecian Empire. 5 have fallen. Then you have the Roman Empire, which is the one that is. Egypt through Greece, 5 have fallen. One that is still to come at the time of John's writing is the Ottoman Empire, which also fell in 1922. Remember, the beast is not necessarily a person, but a system. The beast that was struck a deadly head wound that will arise again. The revival of the Second Ottoman Empire. The one that is not, and the one that is, and the one that is yet to come. Now, before we get into any further discussion, we all know we had the 7 mountains or the 7 kingdoms. We had Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, Rome, Ottoman Empire, and the revised Ottoman Empire. So, we all know that Satan has different names listed throughout biblical eschatology and history. Ready? Pharaoh of Egypt. The first empire was Egypt. The Assyrian Empire, that was number 2. King of Babylon, that was number 3. Prince of Persia, Medo-Persia. And we kind of ran into a stoppage here, but for Greece we had Antiochus Epiphanes. And then we had Rome, we had Caesar of Rome, and then for the Ottoman Empire, the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. So I bet some of you never thought about that little combination before. There's something else for you, some of you, to think about. The Roman Empire did still, in a way, survive to a point, but the Western Roman Empire collapsed, but not the Eastern Roman Empire. And what land the Eastern Roman Empire occupied was taken over by the Ottoman Empire. Going into the book of Daniel, chapter 2, we talk about the statue of Nebuchadnezzar that he had in his dream. We're going to be bouncing around into a few different places regarding this particular statue, and then I'm going to call it good. We had the head of gold, the chest and arms of silver, the waist of bronze, the legs of iron, and the feet and the toes of iron and clay. Okie dokie. So Babylon in modern day is Iraq. So we have Medo-Persia, which is modern-day Iran. We have the waist of bronze, which is the Grecian Empire, or the 1040 window. The legs of iron, which is the Ottoman Empire. And the feet and toes of miry clay, which is the revised Ottoman Empire. Now we go into Daniel 7, of the beast that rises. We have the lion, the bear, the leopard, the beast, and the beast with the iron teeth. So the beast of the lion and historians agree is the one that is the head of gold, the Babylonian Empire, which is Iraq, the chest and the arms of silver, Medo-Persia, Iran, which is the bear, the waist of bronze, which is the Grecian Empire, or the 1040 window, which is the leopard, and then the legs of iron, the Ottoman Empire, which is the iron teeth. Funny how that all kind of blends together. But if we go into Revelation 13:2, then there was a... I'm going to go into Revelation 13:2 because I don't want to do this any injustice. That's not what I want to go into. Revelation 13:2. And the beast which I saw was like a leopard, and his feet like those of a bear, and his mouth was like that of a lion, and a dragon gave him power and his throne and great authority. So, the beast which rose up had the body of a leopard, the feet of a bear, and the mouth of a lion. The mouth. Babylon, Iraq. What's going on in Babylon? A lot of crap that's going on right there. A lot of upheaval. The leopard, which is in Greece. Greece is going through some turmoil right now. And the feet of a bear. Medo-Persia or Iran. What's going on in Iran? A lot of crap that's going on in Iran, specifically with nuclear weapons. And the mouth of a lion. The beast that once was fallen shall rise again from Islam or Muslim occupied countries, people. There's no getting around it. And just for some of you who want some extra out there, going back into the 5 that have fallen. You have Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medo-Persia, and Greece, the 5 that had fallen. When Greece fell, it split into 4 horns. 4 different kingdoms came out of one. You have the Ptolemaic kingdom out of Egypt. The Seleucid Empire in the east. The kingdom of Pergamon in the Asia Minor and Macedonia, that all emerged from the collapse of the Grecian Empire. In the future, there will be more details like these that will come out to play and either tingle your senses or send you into a spiral of confusion. But what I can tell you is this, that the Antichrist, as I have already stated, will come from a Muslim nation. It will not come from the West, like so many people think, that it will be either a Donald Trump, a Barack Obama, a Joe Biden. It won't be any of that. I've even heard some people say that No, I'm having a brain fart right now. The guy that owns Tesla. This is just information that you need to think about. Because here's the thing, and this is something that I constantly believe in. We need to be students of history, because if we are not, history is doomed to repeat itself. And one thing that is starting to repeat itself is Nazi Germany all throughout the Europe, and nationalism all over the world right now against the Jewish people. It is happening all over again, just like it has in many times throughout history. So with that, I hope all of you have a blessed and lovely week. Stay safe. And remember, knowledge will increase and people will go to and fro. Shalom.